What would you do if I asked you to define dabbing? What do you think would happen if you use the word dab in front of someone's grandparents? I would imagine they would have a different idea of what dab means than what you think it does. You may use the word to describe the act of tucking your head into the crease of your elbow while extending your other arm into the air, while someone's grandparents might use the word to mean to blot something with a towel. The context in which we define words are important. To create cohesiveness, we can create an operational definition. We're going to work on developing an operational definition of a storyteller as it applies to agricultural communications. To help you reach the first learning objective for today, you will create an operational definition of storytelling as it applies to our discipline. Take a look at what an operational definition is. Think about any questions you might have about what an operational definition is. While you're going through this, there's one aspect of this description that I want you to dig into a little deeper, and that's communicable meaning. When developing your operational definitions, I want the focus to be on communicable meaning. We need to know what the concept is that we're trying to give meaning to. We also need to know how the concept is going to be applied. We also need to know how to determine or measure if the concept meets our qualifications. And lastly, we need to know the circumstances that this concept should take place under. Take some time to review these and ask questions during class. Get those questions ready. An operational definition consists of a few things. They consist of a criteria to apply to an object or to groups. Also includes a test of the object or the groups with respect to the criteria we've set, as well as a decision as to whether the object or groups did or did not meet the criteria. So you'll notice these all kind of build on each other. So we're going to dig a little deeper into communicable meaning. An operational definition promotes effective communication between people by putting communicable meaning into a word or term. Communicable meaning is an operational definition that promotes effective communication between people by putting communicable meaning into a word or term. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to define storytelling in agriculture for this class. You'll eventually put together stories in this class. The operational definition that we create will be what we use to determine if what you've created is storytelling in agriculture. In order to do that, we must be able to communicate the meaning or define what storytelling in agriculture is. So communicable meaning requires you to specify what the definition is, how it's measured and applied, as well as under what circumstances the concept exists in. So this is a lot of information. And what's going to help you is to work in a group, ask questions amongst yourselves, and do some discovery with your group members. So what we're going to work on is creating an operational definition. So you yourself need to list two of the sources from the operational definition creation activity. Next to the source, you're going to briefly explain why this source is one that has agency over our topic. And the topic is storytelling in agriculture. So a great place to start is going to be the internet. Google, what is storytelling? What is storytelling in agriculture? What is agricultural communications? How do we tell stories in agriculture? Once you find some definitions, start looking at the sources. Are these sources that have agency? Are they good sources? And start thinking about those things, writing them down. I need you to put down 2 before you come to class because we're going to dissect those. Let's talk about what's next. What's coming up next? Laying the foundation. We are going to look at the basis of agricultural communications, and we'll take a look at the basics of storytelling. I do want to end with another quote. This is really important. Those last three items is the basis of what a story is. And if you don't learn anything in this class but these three words, that's what we need to accomplish. So storytelling has a beginning, a middle, and an end. We'll see you in the next video.